yeah, she still gets up and goes, don't she? What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel, guys. As you can see, I got something a little different. Nice little point of view footage for the crew. What do we think? Drop a comment below. I've been working on this for a minute. I finally kind of got all the gear together, and I think got it mostly, as my boy Damo would say, dialed in. We might have to tweak it a little bit, but for the most part, I'm feeling like this is gonna work. I'm gonna have to check it out when I edit it after, but we'll see. So we are currently on the way to Al's shop. I need to get this thing washed. As you can see, beautiful day finally here. No rain. They're calling for rain later in the week, but it's okay. I parked this baby in the garage, so we don't got to worry about it. But I definitely do need to get it cleaned up. So we're going to go to the shop real quick. I'm going to get this washed up, sparkled up, and then from there, we're going to kind of hop back in the driver's seat here and go for a little cruise today, all right? Let's do it. This is so bumpy right here. I always get nervous. Oh, yes sir, yes sir, ski.
Pull that baby in.
I gotta get over more, right?
Yeah, get a little over to this side.
The man, the myth, the legend, Al. Let's let him work his magic. Yes, sir. She is finally cleaned up the way she should be. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So now that we got her all cleaned up, I'm feeling better. Even though, like I said, it's supposed to be raining here the next couple days, but we'll have her parked in the garage. So, owning one of these older SRT8s in 2025, I don't care if it's the 300, I don't care if it's the Charger, the Challenger, or even the Grand Cherokee. Owning one of these babies now, they're getting close to 20 years old, some of them, and you could find them for a pretty good price if you look in the right areas. And I kind of wanted to give my backstory on why I chose this car, what the deciding factor for me personally was. As you guys know, some of you guys that have been on this channel for a while, I'm a Ford guy at heart. I had a Ford Raptor, I had a Lincoln Town Car, and I really liked their stuff. And I was actually looking at the time, I was looking at a Mercury Marauder. And the Mercury Marauder, surprisingly, even though they're a little older, they're still going at, you know, $17,000, $18,000, $19,000, $20,000 for one of those cars. And to me, I love the look of them, right? I love that kind of muscle cruiser cop car look of them. They look slick to me, and especially in black, they just looked like awesome cars. But I just couldn't get over the fact that although they have that V8, it's such a just low power car. I want to say they're like 302 horsepower. And for paying that kind of money, when in that same budget you can get something like this with 400 plus, you know, horsepower, torque, it just didn't make sense to me to look at those Mercury Marauders. And I just kept kind of coming back to these 6.1 Hemis. And you know, as you can see, I mean, you kind of got to sacrifice a little bit when it comes to interior. Yes, it is not the most up-to-date interior. It's definitely showing its age, and we've talked about this in previous videos of mine. But when it comes for a loan, just the raw power, the performance that you get out of these cars for the price, I mean, it's hard to kind of look the other way. I mean, they just pull, dude. Even at, you know, an older car with the 5-speed transmission, I mean, you can't deny the fact that it just has that power. And I mean, this is a heavy car. It's a, you know, a 4-door family sedan, big car, and it's still, with that 6.1 Hemi, it still just picks up and it goes. It really pulls you, it throws you back in your seat. And for, you know, 420, 425 horsepower, right around that range, I mean, there's stuff you could do with these cars. You slap a tune on this thing, get a little exhaust on there, and you know, you can kind of get this thing comfortable with keeping up with a lot of modern day stuff on the road. Now, yeah, you're not going to be out here winning races against Hellcats, and you know, even Scat Packs with that 8-speed transmission are probably going to get the best of you, but there's modification. I mean, if you're really concerned about that and you're really worried about it, there's modifications and things you could do to these cars to really make them, you know, do some damage. Now, there's people that throw a blower on this car, you know. They say that the 6.1 Hemi is a stout engine. It could handle a little bit of boost. You could throw a supercharger on here and kind of get it the way you want it and be pushing. What can we make? Around 500 horsepower? Do you really need more than that? I mean, I don't know. I feel like nowadays a lot of people kind of get caught up in the numbers game with the whole horsepower thing, you know. Everyone, you know, you hear about 700 plus this and that. And don't get me wrong, that stuff is great, man. It's insane. If you could afford it, I mean, if you could afford to drop $80,000 on a car and you know, do that type of thing, hey, more power to you. I love them. But I mean, in 2025, dude, if you're just trying to get something for the summer, it's a second car to you, you need something to kind of get out there, be able to cruise, kind of hold your own a little bit, and still have some fun. I don't know, man. Like, I find this, it's hard to beat. Under 20 grand, you can get behind the wheel of something like this with that super reliable 6.1 Hemi and just... Like I said, down the line, if you want to play around, add some modifications, do what you need to do to it, make more power, you could do that. But fresh out the box, getting one of these nowadays, I don't know. I feel like it's a very good, you know, bang for your buck, per se. And like I said, now that we're stopped, I could talk about it a little bit more. I mean, you're going to have to sacrifice a little bit, right? I mean, I kind of like having the physical controls for the HVAC, you know. I don't mind that. But obviously this, pretty dated. I mean, this is just plasticky stuff, and it's, you know, it's showing its age. There's no doubt about it. But you got to, like I said, bang for your buck. If you're paying, I mean, you could pay 50 grand, 60 grand for a Scat Pack if you'd like. But... you know, I mean, do you really need all the extra stuff that comes with it at that price? I mean, you can get this for what, a third of the price? Even less, maybe? And I don't know. I just had like a lot of people, you know, when I got this car, not a lot, but you know, there was people like, oh, what made you get that? Or what made you decide on getting that? And it just like I said, it just brings me back to that point. The value for the money, the bang for the buck, especially now in 2025. These cars have like kind of ran their course on depreciation. I mean, you're buying a, you know, 15, 20-year-old car. The whole thing about depreciation is, I mean, it's kind of already came and went. What you see is kind of what you get. So it's like, I mean, this one, just shy of 57,000 miles on it. It's like, it already took its hidden depreciation, but I mean, 57,000 miles, there's people with their regular, you know, newer cars that have double this mileage already. So it's like, if you could find a clean example, one of these that was well maintained, and even if you got to do stuff to it, like you guys know me, I've been doing stuff with this car. We did spark plugs and we've done other things to it, and it's just basic stuff that you got to do. But like, still, with buying the car, with putting some money into it, you're still not, you know, shoveling out 50 or 60 grand that you would be for a brand new car. I mean, I don't know, man. Everyone has their thing. Don't get me wrong. If I could have a Charger or, you know, Scat Pack wide body or a Hellcat or a Durango, I love the Durangos. If I could have a 392 Durango, I would, but I just don't want to be in that hole, man. I just can't. I can't stomach the fact of paying that kind of money for a car note. I don't want to be shelling out $1,000 plus a month on a car. I can't. I could obtain something like this, still be comfortable, still have some money in my pocket, and still have fun. It's kind of where I'm at. But let me know where you guys are at with it. Like, let me know your mindset on everything. Do you guys own one of these 6.1 Hemis? Do you have, and speaking of Chargers, here's one right here. What is this? That's that nice blue one, isn't it? Yeah. See, like, that's nice. It's a nice Charger. Don't get me wrong, beautiful cars, and obviously the interior is like light years ahead of what this is. But I just don't want to pay it, man. I feel like you could have this, and you know, you got to deal with the stuff, but still got your power. But in the comments, let me know what you guys think. I mean, anyone out there with a newer Charger, newer Challenger, do you regret it? Did you have one of these and did you upgrade to one of those, or vice versa? Did you have one of those, you know, something newer, and you sold it and got, you know, a 6.1, something with the 6.1? Let me know what you guys think, or what your mindset is on it. But I just wanted to come on here and kind of give you guys an update, kind of play around with this point of view camera, see what we could do with it. But yeah, we'll play around, we'll get more footage as time goes on. And obviously, we'll come out on a day when there's not as much traffic as there is today. And we'll kind of get on this baby a little bit. Get a little point of view drive session, letting the 6.1 rip. But for now, we can't do much. It's like damn near bumper to bumper traffic. But that's all I got. Thanks again for dropping by the video, guys. Thanks again for supporting the channel. As always, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will see you guys in the next video. Peace!